Hey guys, it's 2019, man. Are you guys ready? Tournament season's about to start. I'm going to show you the top 7 lures that work year-round at Lake Washington. If you're just trying to get started, you're just trying to figure it out, give me 5 minutes. This is going to be a short one this week, so stick with me. Alrighty guys, here we are. Anthony Douglas, ADE Fishing, your fishing channel for up-and-coming new anglers. Trying to show you some things. Man, the season's here. We finally made it. I thought we were gonna lose our stuff waiting for it to get here, but here we are. So man, let's get to it. I'm gonna jump straight through it. We're gonna go through it real quick. If this is your first time coming to see this, this channel, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. That'd be really cool. Then you can stay in the know. But here we go. Number 7, the Ned rig. The Ned rig. It is a new. It depends on where you're at. Some people call it the finesse mushroom head. It's a small finesse bait. It's really light and it sinks real slow, but it is effective, and it just stands straight up with the bait offering, staring at the fish, and for whatever reason, these fish just love the darn thing. I don't know if it's size, I don't know if it's just presentation, but they love it. It comes in all different varieties, man. You get the crawl, you get the turds, you can get, they've got some new stuff that are coming out right now. I was just over at Nixon Marine looking at it, and if you get a chance to get over to Nixon Marine, go through, tell Ron I said hi, and look through their bait shop, the tackle shop. He's got everything there for bass anglers. Finally, somebody who's thinking about bass anglers. Number 6, you won't believe this one, but Carolina rig. It was a toss-up. We're talking about year-round. We're not talking about seasonal. So the Carolina rig is probably one of the oldest baits. It's been used since the beginning of time, and basically it is an egg sinker, a weight in front of a line with a hook on the end of it. So you're dragging the weight, and this bait is free swimming behind it, and you know what? It kind of gives a natural, non-aggressive look, and you know what? Fish, they love it. They love it. So consider it next time you're out there. When you get out to Lake Washington, consider it. Number 5, good old-fashioned crankbait, man. Good old-fashioned crankbait. What you'll find when you get out to Lake Washington is every type of something or other. You have docks, you have laydowns, you have lily pads, you have grass beds, you have gravel beds, rock piles, you have everything. So crankbait does everything. Square bill, deep diving crankbaits, jointed rapalas, you name it. Every type of crankbait out there works. You have to find the colors that match. Match the hatch, match the hatch. We have a lot of salmon in the lake. We have a lot of trout in the lake. We have a ton of perch in the lake. So you emulate those colors and you can't go wrong. Number 4. Number 4 is a bait that has been around as well, but we're getting better at it. Get yourself a nice stick bait, jerk bait. Jerk baits work very well in the spring. They work even in the summertime. They still work in the fall. And believe it or not, you can still pull fish with a jerkbait in the winter, even the cold of winter. You can still get out there. You just have to give it a pause, a longer pause. And you have to bring the retrieve down to a point where it doesn't look like, Carl Lewis running by at 100 miles an hour, because that's not natural in the cold water. So, limit it. Keep it slow. Give it a pause, give it a long pause. In the fall, you can give it 3, 4, 5, 6, 10-second pause and let it start slowly coming up, and then snap it again. But you don't want it to move 20 feet on every pop. So if you decide to get in there and start KVDing it and you're just cracking the heck out of it, in the wintertime, you may not have that much luck. So, shorten those snaps a little bit, give a little pause between, kind of dead stick it between, and you'd be surprised they even work well in the winter. All right, so number 3. You know what? This could go either way. Swim bait. A swim bait with like a 3/4 ounce head you can get a swim bait down real low, but you gotta drag it. You gotta go real slow with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. We go swim bait on this one, but we can go swim bait and lipless crankbait. They could be any one of the two because they kind of fall in that same phylum. Once you get a lipless crankbait down to the bottom, if you slow crank it, it does the same darn thing as a swim bait does. Swim bait looks a little more natural because it has that boot tail back there doing its thing. Number 2, man, we are talking about the football head. Football head. Now, you know, I'll be honest with you, around here, these glacial lakes, you know, people are just dragging a football head with a hula grub on the back, some kind of craw imitator on it. Some guys I know have also put swim baits on it so that, you know, it looks like a fish that is foraging on the bottom of the lake, and it also changes up the look. You know, everybody's dragging hula grubs and you know, things like that. Number 2, football head. Got to get yourself a football head and just drag it. Drag it. Reel down the slack. Drag it. Feel the bottom. You know, you'll know when you go over that rock patch or gravel patch or whatever it is, and that's usually when they pick it up. I fought and resisted on this whole hula grub football head thing, but I've got my butt kicked enough to know that I won't get my butt kicked anymore, and they work. So keep that one in mind. All right, guys, we made it. Number 1, the number 1 bait, the number 1 bait for smallmouth, Lake Washington, all year round. I know the guys in the South will die 1,000 deaths, but the drop shot. If you do not know how to tie on a drop shot, I'm sure I'll put a video up there in the next coming weeks about drop shotting. Drop shotting is probably the easiest and most effective way of catching fish in all depths of water. Be it shallow water where you are in grass, over grass. I mean, you can tie a drop shot so that little bait sits right on top of the grass and comes all the way across, and you can fish it. If you want to go deep, 90 feet, 100 feet, you can go that deep if the fish are that deep. This lure works, this presentation, should I say, works best because it works against, I mean, bridge pilings, dock pilings. You can even set it up so that rig it so that it is weedless, so that you can Texas rig it and bring it through grass and weeds and things like that. And if you lose anything, you're going to lose a hook and a weight. A hook and a weight. It is nothing more than that, but it is probably the deadliest of all of the presentations that you're going to have. So when you get out there and you're getting stumped and you're like, man, what am I going to do? I'm not catching any fish. Throw the drop shot. You know, you're looking for schools of bait fish, you find schools of bait fish, throw that drop shot out there and see what you come up with. You might be surprised. So, there you have it. Try to keep it quick. 7, Lake Washington. 7 best lures year-round for catching smallmouth in Lake Washington. I'm definitely going to add a link in the description below for some of these baits so that you can find them pretty quick. If you guys have any questions or any comments, or you have any ideas of some upcoming stuff that you want me to do, definitely put in the comments, man. Just put in the comments. I don't care what it is. If it's shut up, put it in the comments. I don't care. If you want to find some of these lures that I'm talking about, check the description below. But keep fishing, guys. Keep getting out there. Enjoy. Have a good one. Let me know. I'll see you in 2. Peace out.